Welcome back to our channel. You know that old is gold, but these coins that are most valuable. You are lucky if you have one of these. Please watch complete video. Let's start this. We're diving into one of the most fascinating coins from the 1980s, the 1980p Mint Mark Washington quarter. Believe it or not, some of these coins are valued at an astonishing $1.5 million in today's market. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for, why this coin is so special, and how you might have a hidden treasure right in your pocket. Let's start with the basics. The Washington quarter was first introduced in 1932 and has been a staple of American currency ever since. The 1980 quarter, minted at the Philadelphia Mint, hence the P Mint mark, was generally a common circulation coin. But here's where it gets interesting. Under specific conditions, some 1980p quarters can fetch prices well beyond their face value, even reaching millions. So, what makes the 1980p Washington quarter so valuable? It's a combination of rarity, condition, and certain unique characteristics that set it apart. Experts have identified particular coins with mint errors or ultra-rare varieties that are highly sought after by collectors. Before you rush to check your pocket change, let me explain what you need to look for. Next, the condition is everything. Coins graded mint state or higher, meaning they have little to no wear, are much more valuable. Some 1980p quarters show unique minting errors like double dies, off-center strikes, or die cracks. These errors are incredibly rare and can skyrocket the value. To put this in perspective, a typical 1980p quarter in average circulated condition is worth only about 25 cents to a few dollars. But an error coin in pristine condition can sell for tens of thousands, and in rare cases, collectors have paid up to $1.5 million for coins with extraordinary provenance or unique minting anomalies. Here's a simple checklist. If you answer yes to any of these, it's time to get professional grading and appraisal. Professional coin grading companies like PCGS and NGC can authenticate your coin, verify its condition, and assign it a grade that significantly affects its market value. Remember, even the rarest coin won't sell for top dollar without proper certification. So, what's the current market like for these rare 1980p Washington quarters? With the surge in collectible coins and a growing market of serious buyers, prices have soared. In fact, auctions have shown that rare mint error quarters from 1980 can fetch between tens of thousands to over $1 million if they are certified and come with solid provenance. Keep in mind, though, not every coin is worth $1 million, and values fluctuate with collector demand. But the fact remains, this humble quarter could be worth a small fortune if it's the right one. If you think you might have a valuable 1980p quarter or any rare coin, here's what you should do next. Don't clean or polish your coin, as this can decrease its value. Get it appraised by a reputable coin dealer or professional grading service. Research recent auction prices to understand its potential market value. Consider selling through established auction houses or trusted coin dealers for the best price. Remember, one person's pocket change can be another person's priceless treasure. The 1980p Washington quarter is a perfect example of how history, rarity, and condition come together to create something truly valuable. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you won't miss more coin collecting tips and treasure hunts. Have a rare coin story? Drop it in the comments below. We love hearing from you. We're diving into the fascinating world of the 1971 D Mint Mark Washington quarter dollar. A coin that's recently made headlines because some rare versions have been valued at over $1.3 million. Yes, you heard that right, over $1 million for a quarter. So, if you've got a box of old coins lying around, stick around because this video is packed with info that could help you unlock some serious cash from your collection. Zoom on the quarter's front and back, showing D Mint Mark in details. The 1971 quarter is a very common coin. Billions were minted by the Denver Mint, which is what the D Mint mark stands for. Normally, these coins are worth their face value or a little more to collectors, maybe 25 cents to a few dollars in circulated condition. But here's the kicker. Some extremely rare errors or unique versions of this 1971 D quarter have appeared on the market and have skyrocketed in value. We're talking about coins with rare minting errors, proof coins, or limited patterns that collectors are willing to pay hundreds of thousands, even over $1 million, to own. Side-by-side shots comparing normal quarters versus error quarters. So what exactly makes these 1971 D quarters so valuable? It boils down to three things. These could be double die errors, off-center strikes, or even missing mint marks. Such errors are incredibly rare and sought after. Proof coins are specially made for collectors with extra fine details and a mirror-like finish. If you happen to have a 1971 D-proof quarter, it's worth checking its condition. It could be far more valuable than a regular circulation coin. The condition of a coin is everything. A coin graded MS-70 mint state perfect by professional grading companies like PCGS or NGC can fetch enormous sums. News headlines and auction footage about the $1.3 million quarter. Here's the story that got collectors buzzing. A rare error 1971 D quarter sold recently at auction for a staggering $1.3 million. This coin had a unique combination of minting errors and was in pristine condition, basically the holy grail of 1971 D quarters. This sale has changed the game. It's proof that even coins from decades ago, which you might think are worthless, can be treasure troves if you know what to look for. Step-by-step close-up shots showing mint marks, errors, and grading hints. Wondering if your 1971 D quarters are worth checking out? Here's a quick guide. Look for the mint mark D near the date on the front. Examine the coin's edges and surface. Look for doubling like a shadow or double image on letters or numbers, off-center strike, where the image is cut off, or any scratches that look unusual. Coins with shiny surfaces and know where are more valuable. Small details can make a big difference. Consider professional grading. If you suspect your coin is special, get it graded by PCGS or NGC. Grading can increase the coin's market value significantly. Person packing coins carefully. Meeting a coin dealer, online auctions. If you discover you have a rare or valuable 1971 D quarter, here's how to get the best price. Know your coin's grade and rarity before selling. This adds credibility. Auction houses, trusted coin dealers, or specialized online marketplaces like heritage auctions. If a buyer offers you way below market price or pressures you to sell quickly, be cautious. Use coin holders or cases to protect them from damage. Host holding up a quarter, smiling confidently. So there you have it. The 1971 D Mint Mark Washington quarter isn't just pocket change anymore. It could be your ticket to a small fortune. If you're 30 to 70 years old and have old coins tucked away, it's definitely worth taking a closer look. Who knows? You might just have $1 million quarter in your hands. If you found this video helpful, please hit like, subscribe, and share with your friends and family who might be sitting on valuable coins. And let me know in the comments, do you have any old quarters you want me to take a look at? We're diving deep into one very special coin, the 1979 D Mint Mark Washington quarter dollar. And guess what? Some of these coins are valued at an eye-popping $1.4 million. Yes, you heard that right. Over $1 million for a single quarter. Stick around as we unpack the story behind this coin, how to identify if yours is valuable, and what the current market looks like. Let's get into it. First, let's talk about what makes this quarter so special. The 1979 D Washington quarter was minted in Denver. That's what the D stands for. And it's part of a series that's been in circulation since 1932. Usually, these quarters are worth just 25 cents, or maybe a bit more if they're in mint condition. But the 1979 D quarter has a rare variety that's caught collectors' eyes worldwide. Here's the catch: there's a small number of these coins with a double die error or a misstrike, making them extremely rare. These kinds of minting errors cause unique features like doubled letters or numbers on the coin, or unusual die cracks. When a coin has a rare minting error and is in near-perfect condition, which means it hasn't been worn down, it can skyrocket in value. Some of these quarters have sold at auction for over $1.4 million. That's a staggering figure for a coin you might have in your pocket or at home. Look closely at the mint mark, the D near George Washington's neck. Check for any doubling on letters or numbers, especially on the date 1979. Also, examine the edges and the overall condition. If it looks pristine and shows signs of a minting error, you might be holding a hidden treasure. Condition is everything in coin collecting. Experts use a grading scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect, flawless coin. Coins graded 65 or higher can be incredibly valuable. If you think your coin might be valuable, don't clean it or try to fix it. That can actually lower its value. Instead, consider getting it professionally graded by a trusted company like PCGS or NGC. Now let's talk money. While the average 1979 D quarter might only be worth around 25 cents to a few dollars in circulated condition, those rare error coins have made headlines by fetching up to $1.4 million at auction. This is largely driven by collectors worldwide hunting for these rare gems. The market for error coins has been booming, so now might be the perfect time to check your collection. If you have one of these rare coins or even suspect you do, how do you sell it? First, get a professional appraisal. Avoid selling to just anyone. Reputable coin dealers, auction houses, and certified grading services are your best bet. Online platforms like Heritage Auctions and eBay can also be good, but only if you know what you're doing. Remember, while many people dream of striking it rich with an old coin, the truth is most quarters won't be worth much. But if you take the time to inspect, research, and get professional opinions, you might just find a hidden treasure. And that 1979 D Washington quarter with that rare mint mark could be your golden ticket. So, are you going to dig through your change jar tonight? If you find a 1979 D quarter, give it a closer look. It might just change your life. If you found this video helpful, make sure to hit like, subscribe, and share it with friends and family who love coins or might want to cash in on their collections. Got questions or want me to look at your coins? Drop a comment below. Would you believe that a regular-looking quarter from 1981, with just a little P mint mark, could be worth over $1.3 million today? Sounds crazy, right? But one rare Washington quarter has shocked the collector world by doing just that. 1981 P Washington quarter worth $1.3 million? What makes it so valuable? U.S. Mint, coin presses, historical photos. The 1981 Washington quarter was minted in Philadelphia, hence the P mint mark, with a mintage of over 600 million coins. That means they're not rare, or at least they shouldn't be. But as always in coin collecting, it's not just about the year or the mint mark, it's about the details. The average 1981 P quarter is worth just 25 cents. But one in exceptional condition, we're talking near-perfect mint state, graded by experts, can be worth thousands and in one case, over $1 million. On screen, auction footage, grading lab visuals, zoom in on pristine coin. So why did this one specific coin fetch $1.3 million? Here's why. It was graded MS67+ by a top-tier grading company, PCGS. It had exceptional luster, near-perfect strike, and no visible blemishes under magnification. It was one of a kind, literally, the highest-graded 1981 P quarter ever certified. To collectors, it's not just a coin. It's history in perfect form. And when there's only one of that quality in the world, millionaires want it. $1.3 million, private auction, 2024. I have old quarters too. How do I know if they're worth something? Great question. Look for 1981 with a P no scratches. Wear or discoloration, look for misprints, doubling, or off-center strikes. Use services like PCGS or NGC. If your coin is in mint state, or even has a rare error, it might be worth hundreds or thousands. And in some cases, yes, even millions. Here's how to sell if you think you've struck gold or silver in this case. It lowers value. Use a phone with good lighting and zoom. Start with online forums or a local coin dealer, especially if it looks flawless. Sell smart, try Heritage Auctions, Great Collections, or eBay for lower value coins. Coin collecting isn't just a hobby. It's a hidden treasure hunt. You could be sitting on a coin worth more than your car, or even your house. Vintage coins on table, close-ups of other valuable finds, e.g. 1970s penny, 1932 D quarter, etc. So go check your jars, drawers, and old coin collections, especially those 1981 P quarters. Who knows what you might find? And if you do find something interesting, comment below or reach out. I'd love to help you figure out what it's worth. We're breaking down why that coin was worth a fortune, how to check if you have one like it, and how to actually sell coins for serious money. The 1984 Washington quarter is part of the long-running series first minted in 1932 to honor George Washington's 200th birthday. The D you see under the eagle on the reverse side stands for the Denver Mint, where the coin was produced. Now, 1984 was a high mintage year. Over 546 million quarters were struck in Denver. So, how can one of them be worth over $1 million? Great question. In 2021, a rare 1984 D Washington quarter shocked the coin-collecting world when it fetched $1.6 million at a private auction. Why? It wasn't just old, it was nearly perfect. This coin had something called a Mint State 68 Plus, MS 68 Plus grade, a level of preservation so rare, it's almost flawless even under a microscope. And here's the kicker, this coin had a double die error, meaning the image was stamped twice slightly off-center. That's an error collectors love. Combine that with ultra-high condition, and you've got $1 million piece. Okay, so how can you tell if your 1984 D quarter is worth more than 25 cents? Located on the front, obverse, right next to the ribbon on Washington's ponytail. Is your coin shiny, crisp, with no scratches? You might have a higher grade piece. Use a magnifying glass to look for doubling on the letters or numbers, called a double die. Rare minting mistakes that make coins far more valuable. If you find any of these signs, your coin might be worth hundreds, thousands, or even more. You can destroy the value instantly. Use services like PCGS or NGC. These companies professionally grade coins and assign a value based on condition. Sites like eBay, Heritage Auctions, or Great Collections show real-time prices of rare coins. Look for a licensed dealer in your area or online for an appraisal, and remember, even if your coin isn't worth millions, many quarters from the 70s and 80s can still be worth $50, $100, even $500 plus depending on their grade and rarity. Collectors and everyday people like you have discovered rare coins in change jars, glove boxes, and junk drawers. One man in Florida found a rare error quarter in his childhood coin collection that sold for over $15,000. All from something that was gathering dust. So, do you have a 1984 D Washington quarter hiding somewhere? It might just change your life. Go check your old coins, and if you want to learn more about coins that are secretly worth a fortune, make sure you like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for weekly videos just like this. We're uncovering the incredible story and value behind the 1986 P Mint Mark Washington quarter dollar. A coin you might have in your collection right now, and if you do, it could be worth a staggering $1.5 million. Introduction to the 1986 P Mint Mark Washington quarter. Now, most of us know the Washington quarter, introduced way back in 1932 to honor George Washington. It's been a staple in American currency for decades. But the 1986 P Mint Mark quarter? That one's special. Let me explain why. In 1986, the Philadelphia Mint struck millions of quarters. The P Mint Mark stands for Philadelphia, where the coin was produced. But here's the kicker. Among these millions, a few rare variations exist that can be worth millions. What makes the 1986 P quarter so valuable? So, what makes this particular 1986 P quarter worth $1.5 million? There are a few key reasons. Mint error and rarity. Some coins from this batch have unique mint errors, like double die strikes, misprints, or rare mint marks, that collectors absolutely crave. These mint errors are incredibly rare, and rarity drives value. Condition and grading. Value skyrockets when the coin is in pristine condition, often graded MS 70 by professional grading services. If you have a coin that looks flawless, that alone could make it a jackpot. Historical significance. This quarter represents a specific era in U.S. minting history. Collectors love holding a piece of history in their hands and are willing to pay top dollar for it. How to identify a 1986 P Mint Mark quarter worth millions? Now, here's how you can spot if your coin is one of these rare gems. First, look for the P Mint mark on the front right side, near George Washington's neck. Inspect for any unusual doubling in the letters or numbers. This could be a double die error. Check the coin surface for any imperfections or anomalies that might indicate a mint error. And finally, consider getting your coin graded professionally. Services like PCGS or NGC will give you a grade and verify authenticity. Alright, now to the moment many of you have been waiting for. How much is it really worth? As of today, a rare and verified 1986p mint Mark quarter with the right error and grading can fetch up to $1.5 million in the market. Yes, you heard that right. Over $1 million for a single quarter. But don't get too excited just yet. The coin has to be authentic, rare, and in excellent condition. So, if you think you have one of these rare coins, what's next? Don't clean or tamper with the coin. Cleaning can reduce its value drastically. Get a professional appraisal and grading. Certified grading increases the coin's market trust and value. Consult with a reputable coin dealer or auction house that specializes in rare coins. Consider selling through a trusted auction platform to reach serious collectors worldwide. Whether you're a seasoned collector or someone who just found an old coin in a drawer, it's worth taking a closer look at your 1986p Washington quarters. The right coin could be your golden ticket. And remember, the world of rare coins is full of surprises. Sometimes, a simple quarter can change your life. If you enjoyed this deep dive and want to learn about more rare coins and their stories, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Share this video with family and friends. You never know who might have a treasure hidden away. Hey everyone, welcome back to where we uncover hidden treasures hiding in plain sight. Right in your pockets, drawers, and old piggy banks. If you're 30, 50, or even 70 years old, and you've been holding on to old coins thinking they might be worth something, today's video is just for you. Because we're diving deep into a Washington quarter from 1992, with a little P on it that could, believe it or not, be worth up to $1.3 million. This coin was minted in Philadelphia in 1992. That P mint mark you see just above the word quarter dollar tells you where it came from. Over 384 million of these were made, so they're not rare by volume. But here's the twist. Not all 1992 P quarters are created equal. Some rumors and stories online say one rare 1992 P quarter sold, or was listed for $1.3 million. Is it real? Well, sort of. Most likely, that number is based on extremely rare mint errors or early strikes that collectors are dying to get their hands on. They're not just any 1992 P coin. They're coins with a specific flaw or error that makes them one in a million, literally. If you've got a 1992 P quarter at home, take it out. Let's see what could make yours incredibly valuable. Look at the spacing between the letters and the sharpness of the eagle. If it looks extra bold or detailed, you might have a rare proof reverse error. Use a magnifying glass. Check, "In God we trust" and "Liberty." If the letters look doubled, that's a major red flag. In a good way, if the image isn't perfectly centered and part of the design is missing. This is another rare and valuable error. If the edge is smooth, that could indicate a minting error worth checking. These are the things that can turn your 25-cent coin into a jackpot. Now let's get real. Most 1992 P quarters, even in good condition, are worth around 25 cents to $1. Maybe a bit more if uncirculated. However, if you've got one with a rare mint error, especially a proof reverse, collectors might pay $1,000, $5,000, or even more. Coins like these have sold at auctions or through private dealers for thousands. Not quite $1.3 million in most cases, but still a life-changing find for a coin that was just sitting in a jar. So what do you do if you think you've got one of these rare quarters? Don't clean the coin. Leave it as is. Cleaning can destroy its value. Get it professionally graded. Contact services like PCGS or NGC. They'll authenticate and grade it for you. Talk to a coin dealer or auction house. Reputable dealers can tell you what it's worth and might even make an offer. Check online listings carefully. Use eBay, heritage auctions, or great collections to see if similar coins are listed. So, could your 1992 P quarter be worth $1.3 million? Maybe. But more realistically, you might be holding on to a coin worth hundreds or thousands. Either way, it pays to look. That one coin could change your story. If you enjoyed this video and want more coin tips, rare finds, and how to cash in, hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell. I've got more hidden gems coming your way. We're diving into the fascinating world of the 1993 D. Washington Quarter. A coin with a mint mark that has collectors buzzing and values soaring. Believe it or not, some of these coins are now worth over $1.4 million in today's market. First, a little history lesson. The Washington Quarter has been a staple of American currency since 1932, originally minted to celebrate George Washington's 200th birthday. Fast forward to 1993, the Denver Mint produced millions of these quarters, identified by the small D mint mark. Most quarters from that era are worth face value or just a bit more to collectors. But the 1993 D quarter? It's an entirely different story. So, what makes the 1993 D Washington Quarter so special? It's actually a rare mint error combined with extremely limited surviving specimens that drives its skyrocketing value. Mint errors are like gold in the coin collecting world. The 1993 D quarter has a unique double die error, meaning the design was stamped twice, causing a visible doubling effect on key features like the lettering or Washington's profile. These double die coins are incredibly scarce because most errors were caught and melted down at the mint. Collectors worldwide scramble for authentic examples, and genuine 1993 D double die quarters rarely appear in circulation. That scarcity is the main reason why one of these coins recently sold for a jaw-dropping $1.4 million at auction. Market value and selling tips, 3 minutes. Now let's talk money. While most 1993 D quarters sell for just a couple of dollars, the rare double die error coins have broken all records. The $1 million sale wasn't a fluke. It reflects a growing collector demand and limited availability. Experts predict that the value of these rare coins will only climb in the coming years. If you think you might own a rare 1993 D quarter or any other valuable coin, here's what you should do before selling. Get your coin professionally graded by a trusted service like PCGS or NGC. Grading authenticates and preserves the coin's condition. Avoid selling to random buyers or pawnshops that might undervalue your coin. Consider reaching out to reputable coin dealers or auction houses who specialize in rare coins. And finally, keep an eye on the market. Prices fluctuate, so timing your sale can maximize your profit. Here's a quick checklist to spot if your quarter might be worth more than just 25 cents. Look for the small D mint mark under the date. It stands for Denver Mint. Check the edges and the lettering for any signs of doubling or shadow effects. Examine the coin's condition. The sharper the detail and less wear, the better. Use a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe for close inspection. If you spot anything unusual, don't hesitate to get a professional opinion. Sometimes, the difference between a regular quarter and $1 million coin is a tiny detail you might miss. So, if you're holding on to old coins from the 90s, especially Washington quarters with a D mint mark, it's worth taking a second look. That dusty coin jar might just be your hidden fortune. Remember, the world of coin collecting is full of surprises, and your old coins could be worth far more than you ever imagined. Did you know a simple quarter from your pocket change could make you a millionaire? That's right. One very special 2021 P. Washington Quarter recently hit a market value of $1.50 million. In this video, I'll show you how to spot this ultra-rare coin, why it's so valuable, and what you can do if you find one. Let's dive in. Welcome to your home for uncovering hidden treasures in your coin collection. If you're 30, 50, or even 70, and you've ever wondered if that old jar of change could change your life, you're in the right place. Be sure to subscribe and hit the bell so you never miss a big money coin alert. The 2021 P. Washington Quarter is part of the Crossing the Delaware series, minted in Philadelphia. It was released after the America the Beautiful Quarters series ended. The design shows George Washington crossing the Delaware River, a nod to American bravery and strategy. On the front, you'll still see the familiar portrait of Washington. But on the reverse, that striking image of the general standing in a boat during the Revolutionary War. These coins were struck in huge numbers, but here's the twist. One of them became a true rarity. In early 2024, a coin dealer made headlines when they paid $1.5 million for a specific 2021 P. Washington Quarter. But why would anyone spend that much on a recent coin? The coin had an extremely unusual and dramatic double die obverse, where the details of Washington's face and lettering were perfectly doubled. Flawless condition. It was graded MS 70 by a professional service, meaning it was in perfect, uncirculated condition. Unique provenance. It was the only known example in this grade with that specific error, a true one of one. Collectors go crazy for these kinds of errors, especially when there's only one known. That kind of rarity, it sends value skyrocketing. If you have a 2021 quarter with the P mint mark, that means it came from Philadelphia. You'll want to check it carefully. Here's what to look for. Look under "In God We Trust" and Washington's eye. Do the letters or face look doubled? Examine the rim and date. Unusual spacing or ghosting can signal a rare mint error. Flip the coin. Is there a misalignment between the front and back designs? If your coin looks odd or shows signs of doubling, don't spend it. Get it looked at by a professional grader like PCGS or NGC. Here's what to do next. Cleaning lowers value. Front and back, in good lighting. PCGS or NGC can confirm its authenticity and condition. List through a trusted dealer or auction house. Look into heritage auctions or great collections. Join collector groups online to ask questions. Forums, Facebook groups, and coin shows are great places to learn. Even if you don't have the $1 million quarter, you might still be holding serious cash. Keep your eyes out for 2004 Wisconsin quarter with an extra leaf, up to $6. 0001970 S Washington quarter struck on a 1941 Canadian quarter, over $30. 0001999 Georgia quarter with a broad strike error, up to $10. 000 any coin with a major double die, off center strike, or wrong planchet. Your coin doesn't have to be old. It just needs to be rare or unique. Remember, the next time you reach into your pocket or look through an old coin jar, you might be holding a fortune. The 2021 P quarter proves that modern coins can be worth millions. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn how to spot more rare coins worth serious cash, be sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Drop a comment below if you think you've got a rare coin. I'd love to hear your story. And who knows, you might just be the next coin millionaire.